History of Internet. Who could have guessed back in the 1950s that the first communication over Internet protocol sent from the University of California, Los Angeles to the Stanford University Research Center could transform into part of the core fabric of today's society? Well, what started with ARPANET, the early version of the modern Internet, has now become what we call the World Wide Web, an absolute necessity for the modern functioning of our economies, communication, militaries, educational systems, and governments, and other institutions. This composition is grounded on my quests and Internet stories. I haven't added any fake points, or all the effects are like fantasy and created by humans themselves. No evidence can prove these rumors. Some level of Internet 1. Surface Web 2. Bergy Web 3. Deep Web 4. The Dark Web 5. The Fog Virus. Soup 6. Mariana's Web Level 1. Surface Web. The surface web equates to roughly 3 of the World Wide Web and can be described as the part of the web that's listed and substantiated by Hunt machines and freely accessible via web cybersurfer. In other words, websites of the surface web don't bear a username word to pierce the point. Level 2. Bergy Web. This position is the last one typically accessible in all situations. After that you have to be penetrated with a proxy, Garcon, Tor the Onion router, or by modifying your tackle. At this position, you can find some underground, but still listed websites, similar to 4chan, which is an imageboard website where druggies post anonymously. Level 3. Deep Web. The deep web rests below the face and accounts for roughly 90 of all websites. This would be the part of an icicle beneath the water, much larger than the face web. This retired web is so large that it's insolvable to discover exactly how numerous runners or websites are active at any one time. Carrying on with the analogy, big hunt machines could be considered like fishing boats that can only catch and quat websites close to the face. Everything additional, from academic journals to private databases and further lawless content, is out of reach. This deep web also includes the portion that we know as the dark web. While numerous news outlets use deep web and dark web and interchangeably, much of the deep portion as a total is impeccably legal and safe. Some of the largest corridors of the deep web include, in case you're wondering how to pierce the deep web, chances are you formerly used it daily. The term deep web and refers to all web runners that are unidentifiable by hunt machines. Deep web spots may be concealed behind watchwords or other security walls, while others simply tell hunt machines to not bottleneck them. Without visible links, these runners are more retired for colorful reasons. On the larger deep web, its hidden content is generally cleaner and safer. Everything from blog posts in review and pending webrunner redesigns, to the runners you pierce when you bank online, are part of the deep web. Likewise, these pose no trouble to your computer or safety at large. Level 4. The dark web. The dark web refers to spots that aren't listed and are only accessible via technical web cybersurfers. Significantly lower than the bitsy face web, the dark web is considered a part of the deep web. Using our ocean and icicle visual, the dark web would be the nethermost tip of the submerged icicle. The dark web, still, is a veritably concealed portion of the deep web that many will ever interact with or indeed see. In other words, the deep web covers everything under the face that is still accessible with the right software, including the dark web. Breaking down the construction of the dark web reveals many crucial layers that make it an anonymous haven. No webpage indexing by face web hunt machines. Google and other popular hunt tools cannot discover or display results for runners within the dark web. Virtual business covers, via a randomized network structure, unapproachable by traditional cybersurfers due to its unique registry driver. Also, it's further hidden by colorful network security measures like firewalls and encryption. The character of the dark web has frequently been linked to felonious intent or illegal content, and in trading in spots where druggies can buy lawless goods or services. Still, legal parties have made use of this frame as well. When it comes to dark web safety, the deep web troubles are veritably different from dark web troubles. Illegal cyber exertion cannot inescapably be stumbled upon fluently but tends to be much more extreme and threatening if you do seek it out. Before we unload the dark web's pitfalls, let's explore how and why druggies pierce these spots. How to access the dark web. The dark web was once the fiefdom of hackers, law enforcement officers, and cyber criminals. Still, new technology like encryption and the anonymization cybersurfer software, Tor, now makes it possible for anyone to dive dark if they are interested. Tor, the onion routing design network cybersurfer, provides druggies access to visit websites with the Onion registry driver. This cybersurfer is a service firstly developed in the ultimate part of the 1990s by the United States Naval Research Laboratory. Understanding that the nature of the Internet meant a lack of sequestration, an early interpretation of Tor was created to hide asset dispatches. Ultimately, the frame was repurposed and has ago been made public in the form of the cybersurfer we know at the moment. Anyone can download it free of charge. Think of Tor as a web cybersurfer like Google, Chrome or Firefox. Especially, rather than taking the most direct route between your computer and the deep corridor of the web, the Tor cybersurfer uses an arbitrary path of translated waiters, known as bumps, and This allows druggies to connect to the deep web without fear of their conduct being tracked or their cybersurfer history being exposed. Is it illegal to go on the dark web? Simply put, no, it isn't illegal to pierce the dark web. Some uses are impeccably legal and support the value of the dark web. On the dark web, druggies can seek out 3 clear benefits from its use: stoner obscurity, nearly untraceable services, and spots capability to take illegal conduct for both druggies and providers. Similarly, the dark web has attracted numerous parties who would else be risked by revealing their individualities online. Abuse and persecution. Victims, whistleblowers, and political dissensions have been frequent druggies of these hidden spots. But of course, these benefits can be fluently extended to those that want to act outside of the constraints of laws in other explicitly illegal ways. When viewed through this lens, the dark web's legitimacy is grounded on how you as a stoner engage with it. You might fall to the wayside of legal lines for numerous reasons that are important for the protection of freedom. Others may act in ways that are illegal for the protection and safety of others. Let's unpack both of these generalities in terms of the dark web cybersurfer and the websites themselves. Is Tor illegal to use? On the software end, the use of Tor and other anonymized cybersurfers isn't rigorously illegal. These supposed dark web cybersurfers aren't tethered simply to this portion of the Internet. Numerous druggies now work with Tor to browse both the public Internet and the deeper corridor of the web intimately. The sequestration offered by the Tor cybersurfer is important in the current digital age. POTS and governing bodies likewise presently share in unauthorized surveillance of online exertion. Some simply do not want government agencies or indeed Internet service providers, ISPs, to know what they are looking at online, while others have little choice. Druggies in countries with strict access and stoner laws are frequently averted from penetrating indeed public spots unless they use Tor guests and virtual private networks, VPNs. Still, you can take illegal conduct within Tor that could criminate you anyhow of the cybersurfer's legitimacy. You could fluently use Tor in an attempt to corsair copyrighted content from the deep web, share illegal pornography, or engage in cyber terrorism. Using a legal cybersurfer won't make your conduct fall to the right side of the law. Level 5. The fog virus soup. This position is like a war zone. Every other person is trying to reach the position 8. This is principally a kind of a fight between people trying to erect the other for having the sole power of the internet in the world. Whoever has reached this position will try to reach the position 8 or stop other from reaching the 8th position because so important of precious information is in there. This subcaste is named the fog, or virus soup, because the entire thing is full of so numerous horizonless cannons, and cannons, to try and ruin other people poking around in there. Level 6. Mariana's Web. Mariana's Web is a darker, deeper, and more dangerous part than the deep web. It may sound like a myth, but no, it's not, it exists. It's believed that this part of the web contains the secrets of important agencies. The most disturbing website on the internet can also be planted then. Some say that Mariana's Web hosts secret data of the agency.